The dark is something that kind of evolved organically, I suppose you could say. Yes, it's the traditional beginning to an album. All through Queen days, we always wanted to grab attention at the beginning of an album. And it's a number of things that came together, to be honest. The big orchestral thing, I've used guitars as an orchestra, and I also have an orchestra on there. That was actually recorded at the time when we were doing Flash Gordon. It was an idea I had in my head, and it sort of symbolised to me the dark corners of the universe in some way. I didn't even have a title for it. It just was a thing in my head, and I recorded it with all the hundreds of guitars, with the orchestra and everything. And it never got used on Flash Gordon because they said, actually, it's too dark. You know, it was too serious, and Flash Gordon really evolved as something pretty much tongue-in-cheek and very retro, which is all to its credit, I think. You know, that's Mike Hodges' vision for Flash Gordon. So there wasn't the place for it, so I kept it. And when I was looking at Back to the Light, I thought, well, how do I symbolise the dark? I have this piece, which was all about darkness in the beginning. And the very beginning of it, I'm reciting a nursery rhyme. We will rock you, little baby, gently sleep. Something that my mum used to sing to me when I was a baby. And I suddenly saw a connection between this and We Will Rock You. So one is We Will Rock You, rock you, rock you, and one is We Will Rock You. Slightly different things. So I don't know if there was any inspiration there or not. I have no idea. These things sit in your subconscious all your lives, don't they? There might have been some connection. But I thought, how nice to start off, instead of with the big anthemic of We Will Rock You, start off with something very, very small, which is this tiny little nursery rhyme. Don't know who wrote it. I don't know if it's traditional or what, but it's also representative of my childhood, and I think some of this album is looking retrospectively. Songs like Too Much Love Will Kill You look right back through my life at the time, trying to find out the reason for things. So it made a lot of sense to me to have these elements all brought together in this track called The Dark. The dark sets up the light, and without the dark, of course, you don't appreciate the light. So that's my opening gambit of the album, it's the dark. There's one other little ingredient, which is a child's bell wheel. So if you rotate this little wheel, it's got lots of different coloured bells on it, and you just touch it with your finger and it makes this very, very soothing kind of nursery noise, and I wanted that in there as well. I still have that in the studio. It's nice to keep your sort of little treasures that bring back moments